Dry Ice Energy.
Hi, I'm Gernot from Dry Ice Energy. Today I want to show you something about our very handy and compact Dry Ice Energy cleaning machines. For instance, I brought the Vario here, our newest machine, which is the most compact one on the market. It only weighs 12 kilos, just needs compressed air, no electricity, and can do a lot of work on cleaning. We're going to show you today. I want to get a little bit in the details of this machine, how it's operated, how you have to set it up, how you can get the best cleaning results on it. So listen to the video and then it will be easy for you to install the machine, to work with the machine and make your customers happy. I want to talk a little bit about the Vario machine, which is our newest machine. We brought it on the market in April 2021. It offers you the maximum variability of our machines. So it can use 1.5 millimeter dry ice cleaning pellets, it can use 3 millimeter pellets, and it can use also the abrasive material to strip paint, for example, or even clean rust off your car. All you need is compressed air, so it operates without any electricity. You just take your compressor you have in your workshop, you plug it in the machine. I will show you that in a little while. And you put in the dry ice, and that's what we call plug and play. So just plug in the compressed air, put in the dry ice, and start playing or cleaning. So to install the machine it's very easy. You just, like I said, it's a plug and play machine. You just plug in the compressed air, attach it to the machine. It's all you need. And then you can hear on the pressure gauge of the machine, you can see what pressure is adjusted to the machine. And here you can adjust the pressure that you need for cleaning. So you see here you have a plus and you have a minus. So you can just adjust the pressure. You can lower it from 2 to 10 bars. So I can go down from 2 to 10 bars. Another great feature of the Vario is the detachable cleaning hose, or working hose as we call it, attached with the cleaning adapter. You have also the ability to prolong it by 2 meters, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. When you want to install the machine, everything you have to do is take the hose and plug it into the machine. And here, the second step is to plug in the ice hose where the ice flows through. So that's all you have to do. So if you want to detach the hose, only thing you have to do is to take this black ring, press it towards the machine, so in this direction, and at the same time pull the red hose out of the plug. And then the second thing is to detach the pressure hose, press this metal ring again towards the machine and take off the hose. And to install the hose, first you put in the pressure hose, just press it in the machine, and the second step is to plug in the dry ice hose towards the machine, and it is installed. So the applicator of the dry ice cleaning machine also has some features I want to show you. First of all, of course, we have the release button. Once you press this, the dry ice flow starts to start, and also the airflow starts to start. So when you want to clean something, you have to press the release button. Sometimes you want only to clean something with compressed air and not use the dry ice. For this reason, we installed this red switch here. So once you put it in a 90-degree angle, the dry ice flow is stopped and you only see that you will only clean with compressed air. You have here, this is a safety switch here, and also airflow rate regulator. So once you want to use less compressed air, you take this switch, turn it off, and you see then there's no compressed air coming, and you can turn it on again, and you see the compressed air is running again. So you have these two features. So the switch for the compressed air is here, and you have the switch for the dry ice, which is here. They both work at the same direction. So before you start working with the machine, I would recommend to do a so-called backflash. So what happens after night, after you work, you still have some humidity in the machine, which stays in the machine for the next morning. So at the next morning, when you start to work, you do a so-called backflash to blow out all the humidity of the machine. And that is simply done by pressing, when you wear your safety gloves, of course. then you press the machine on your hand and release the trigger. And then the air won't come out of the pistol, but it will go through the ice hose and push everything out of the machine that is there. You should only do this when the hose, either when there's no ice in there or when you do it with the ice. Always make sure that the lid is closed, because otherwise the dry ice will just flow everywhere. Once you have cleaned the machine, you can look in the machine. So you see it here, there shouldn't be any humidity in there anymore. There shouldn't be any water or anything. If there's still something left, you can just take the machine again, switch it back to the just compressed air mode, and then apply it to the hopper. And then once it's dry, you can just operate the machine, and then you're ready to go to put some dry ice in there. Another great feature about the Vario is the dry ice flow scale, which makes up its versatility of the machine. Since you are able to scale the dry ice flow rate from very little for very sensitive work in a car, for example, the highlights or some very sensitive material in a car. Or you can go from 1, of course, to 2, 3, 4, or 5 to put it on full power, which gives you the most power of the machine. So again, here the Vario is very special because this is the only machine we have that offers this ice scale rate to give you the flexibility you need for your different cleaning ideas. Then let's come to another feature we have here. The machine is also delivered with the pressure reducer, which also features a little filter here. So this is actually not made to be plugged in the machines, but on the other end of your hose, plug it in where the air comes out of your pipelining system. This offers you some extra features because it filters out a little bit of the humidity that is in your compressed air. Obviously, the better your air quality is, the better your cleaning results is. So you should have a dryer or especially some filters to take out humidity out of the compressed air to make your life easy while cleaning. So what happens when you put in the water in the system? Obviously, since the machine is running with dry ice, which has a temperature of minus 80 degrees Celsius, the water tends to freeze, and water, when it freezes, expands. And this expansion is causing the blockages in the machine sometimes. So the less humidity you have in your compressed air, the better it is. So once it gets to dry ice, many people tend to think that it's just frozen water, but it's completely different. This is frozen CO2. And the special thing about the frozen CO2 is that it's very cold. It's minus 80 degrees Celsius. And when it melts, it goes directly from the solid state, as you can see here in the dry ice pellets, to a gas state. And in between, there is no liquid state. The advantage of that is that you can clean dry or dryly. So this is where the name comes from, dry ice, because it doesn't leave any humidity or any water behind. This is what the special feature of the dry ice cleaning comes around. It is cleaning without water, so there's no wetness or humidity. It cleans mostly without any aggressive chemicals, so you can reduce those. And you don't need any electricity on the machine, so which gives you another advantage. So one very important thing, our dry ice machines are tools, they are not toys. So before you start to work with the machine, read the manual and make yourself comfortable with the safety regulations on the machine, which the most important are: wear gloves, because the dry ice is, like I said, minus 80 degrees cold, and it freezes. It doesn't freeze your hand, it burns your hands. Sounds strange, but that's what it is. So you can hurt yourself once you get in contact with the dry ice without wearing gloves. Second very important thing is, since we use a lot of compressed air, you should wear safety goggles once you work with the machine, because when you work in a car, for example, with the airstream, you can, get some dirt in your eyes and might hurt your eyes. So wear safety glasses. Also, that's about it. Of course, when you work in some different areas where it's very loud, when you clean engines, for example, also take care of your ears. So wear some earplugs, for example, to reduce the noise level you're introduced to, your exhaust to. Okay. One other thing I want to show you is how the machine actually is operated. You saw that you just have to put the dry ice in the hopper. So open the lid, put the dry ice in, close the lid again for safety reasons. Then basically plug in the compressed air and the machine is ready to go. How do I now work the machine? First of all, think of the pressure. So for sensitive areas in the car, I would recommend something between 3 and 5 bar of cleaning pressure. When it comes to engines or undercarriage parts, you can easily go from 6 to 7, 8, or even 9 or 10 bars. Depends always on the structure and the material. Once you're not so familiar with the materials and you don't know how the machine might react, I would recommend you to increase the distance of cleaning and reduce the pressure and work your way up. Increase the pressure like a little bit and a little bit as you go on, and see how the material reacts so that you won't cause any damages in the car. Very important. Play around with the machine, get used to it before you go on very sensitive material, first of all. Next thing, I want to show you some features about the applicator. So we have two switches on the applicator here. The main switch here from the black hose is the air control. So you can switch off the airflow rate here, and you can see no air is coming. This is especially important once you want to exchange, for example, the nozzles. So for safety reasons, please switch off the airflow rate before you change the nozzles. Now we turn it in again. Also, you can slowly increase the airflow rate here. So again, once you're in the car and you want to clean something sensitive, you can reduce the airflow rate to just a little bit. Or when you want to clean something with more power, you just put it on full power, and then you see the difference in the airflow rate. The second thing, which is a nice feature, is the second switch we have here, which controls the ice flow. So sometimes you just want to blow away something on the car. Sum everything up. Our Vario is a very compact, handy dry ice cleaning machine that only weighs 12 kilos. You can't imagine how easy that is. So you can actually lift it up like this, carry it around, or just take the hose here and roll it around in your workshop, bring it where you need it. So it's very easy, handy, but still powerful. And enough for the theory. Now I want to show you how the machine works in real life. So let's come and see. Now I want to show you what the dry ice can do on a convertible roof. Sometimes you have some buildup here on the sides when this car is standing outside a lot. So hard to clean, but with the dry ice it's going to be very sensitive and easy to remove these parts of the material. Of course, you always need to be very careful on convertible roofs because they tend to be sometimes kind of tricky. And after you're done with the cleaning, don't forget to seal it again. Yeah, many people ask us what we can do with the machine. So let's see here. We have a very used up or dirty wheel, which is easily being cleaned with the dry ice. The most advantage about this is that you have, imagine the whole car has been cleaned, it's dry already, and now you see, oh, there's still some spots on the wheel. With a high pressure cleaner, you would have to clean everything, and there would be a huge mess because everything else would be wet again and maybe dirty. With the dry ice, see yourself what happens. Obviously, the dry ice, where it has the most advantages, is in the interior of a car. I'm going to show you some tricks now, but we're going to do some more videos on that also, so follow us on our YouTube channel. But obviously, in the interior, it saves you enormously amount of time. It goes in all the edges and cringes where you normally would have to use some spray, some wiping, some cleaner, some different materials that takes a lot of time to clean. This whole dashboard, you will now see, I can do in about 30 to 40 seconds in cleaning time. And of course, not only in the interior of cars, but also in the engine compartment, we have many advantages. Here again, the dry ice kicks in because there's no water applied to the engines, especially when it comes here to the steering, electronics and the batteries and all the sensitive sensors in the engines. Dry ice is really the thing you want to use because no water, no chemistry applied. So you saw that what we can do, the wheels, the interior, of course the engine compartment, but this was only a short summary of what the machine can do. Of course you can also clean undercarriages, you can clean the electronics, you can clean different parts, the headliners, the seats, everything on the car. I want to give you some tips what you should do and what you shouldn't do. When you apply the dry ice, many people tend to go like this. To move the gun around real quickly doesn't give you the nice results. So what you should do is just like paint job, go on the material with a distance of about, I would say, 10 to 15 centimeters and give the ice some time to react on the material. So go slowly and smoothly over the material like this. And you see the difference? So sometimes it just takes some time for the material to react to the dry ice, so give it some time and don't go too quickly over the surfaces. Thank you.